So what we going over is how our people profess that they love God, right? But in their works, they deny God. You heard me, sis? It says how our people love God, but in their works, they deny God. Right? You love God? You do, right? How do you show God you love Him? By your everyday works, right? Which would be what?
Treating people like you should want to be treated.
Or would it be by keeping His commandments? Right? So to show that you love God, you have to keep His commandments, right? Right. Now I'm going to show you one commandment, right? Since you're a sister walking up, I'm going to show you one commandment that's easy, right? Because He said that, first give me that, real quick, go to John, real quick, love, 5 and 3.
1 John chapter 5 and verse 3. For this is the love of God.
So it's saying, for this is the love of God, read.
That we keep His commandments.
So to love God, my sister, to love God is to do what? You hear me? We got that speaker pointed right? Read it one more time.
For this is the love of God.
For this is the love of God, read.
That we keep His commandments.
What's the love of God? That we do what? That we keep His commandments, read.
That's right. And His commandments are not grievous.
And His commandments are not grievous, meaning it's not hard. It ain't hard to keep the commandments of God, right? And I'm gonna show you a commandment dealing with sisters, right? A commandment dealing with our sisters, right? Go to give me that 1 Timothy real quick first. Give me the one in 1 Timothy. We're gonna go to that, right? Because when we see a lot of our sisters today, a lot of our sisters wearing leggings, they wearing tights, right? They going all kinds of stuff. They shirt, they chest out, and things like that. One of the commandments is this: 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse, is it 9 or 11? Read that.
1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 9. In like manner also, that women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
So it says women should dress modestly, right? They shouldn't dress like a streetwalker, right? You believe that, right? Right? Yeah, okay. What about you, brother? You think that's a godly way? Women shouldn't dress like hoes? Okay.
They should.
They should, right? So that's something that we agree that God says that we should be following as a people, right? That means so if we got daughters, we shouldn't let them be in Christmas parades and their leggings or whatever, twerking, being cheerleaders and stuff like that when they do flippers to their butt. And so we shouldn't let our daughters do that, right? We as men, we should have a care over our daughters' body, right? And as women, we should be what? Trying to live godly, right? So go to Deuteronomy 22, verse 5. I'm gonna show you something, my sister. And the reason I'm reading this because I love you. That's why we out here, right? Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 5.
Yeah.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
Go ahead.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
So question, brother, what's a woman's garment? Let's just say you went to China, right? Both of y'all, you too, sis. Let's say you went to China. You read Chinese. What about you, sis? You can read the Chinese language, but you got to go to the bathroom real bad. And they got a picture on 2 doors. What would be on the woman's door that would be different than the man's door?
A different picture of a woman or a man.
How would you know if one's a woman and one's a man? What would it look like different?
The image of a man.
Well, okay, you see like a stick figure.
Yeah.
What's the difference between the figures?
The woman figure has a dress.
There we go. All right, all praises. So you would know by the apparel of a woman is a dress or a skirt, and the apparel of a man is pants, right? Read that one more time.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
So what pertains to a man? A man. So God says women shouldn't wear what?
Pants.
What you say, sis?
Women shouldn't wear pants.
I'm reading the Bible. What the Bible say?
They shouldn't wear pants.
Exactly, right? Now keep reading.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
And men shouldn't wear like Tyler Perry with Medea. We laugh at that, right? But that's really keep reading.
For all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God.
God look at that as something He hates. It's disgusting, right? It's an abomination to him, right? So we shouldn't do it.
Right.
What you think, sis? Come on now, listen. Now look, all these laws hit us just like it hit you, right? It was ways that I used to live. My wife never wore a dress, ever. She would hate to go to graduation, go to a wedding. She ain't putting no dress on. She would figure some kind of way to jazz up some kind of pants outfit. But she wasn't wearing a dress, right? But when I came into this, I was like, oh man, I'm from Louisiana. Like, man, I'm not supposed to eat shrimp, crawfish, catfish. I'm not supposed to eat oysters. What? I can't eat pork? Right? I was like, man, I like that though. But guess what? I had to say, do I love God or do I not love God?
Right.
Because we just read that to love God is to what? Is to keep his commandments, right? So we had to make a decision.
Right.
Well, my wife, she had to make a decision.
Right.
Do she love, because you know, women mostly are the ones that want their husbands to go to church, right? The grandma bring the kids and the sons to church, right? That's how it was with me. And then when I started coming into what the Bible actually says, I was like, you're the one that wanted me to love God and be in the Bible. That's what the Bible say.
Right.
What we gonna do, right? So when we say we love God, the only way we can show we love God is through following his commandments,
That's right.
right? So that means for you as a woman, you have to do what when it comes to your apparel? What would you have to wear and not wear?
Dresses.
And you would have to not wear.
Pants.
Exactly.
That's right.
So now the question always lies is, are you going to do it? That's when they say the rubber meets the brakes. I think that's what they say.
Rubber meets the road.
The road meets the brakes. I don't know. Rubber meets the road. Something like that. Right? This is where the decision is made. Are you gonna follow God, or are you gonna disobey God? There's certain things, right? Just say you alcoholic, right? God said we're not supposed to be drunk. You can drink alcohol, but you can't be drunk, right? So that's something that your body is dependent on, where you have to work yourself to get off, right? You're addicted to cigarettes.
Right.
Guess what? Your body is chemically dependent upon cigarettes. So you gotta phase yourself off of that thing. It ain't easy. Some people can go cold turkey, some people can't. Most alcoholics, if they stop drinking, they get sick, right? Drug addicts, they stop taking drugs, they get sick. But if you stop wearing pants, you're not gonna get sick.
Right.
Right?
Right.
If men that wear dresses stop wearing dresses, they ain't gonna get sick. They're not physically dependent on wearing pants or a dress, right? So with some things they can say, well, I'm gonna work my way to it, I'm gonna fix it, it's gonna take some time. Well, really, it don't take time. You could just say, I'm just gonna wear dresses from now on.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You married? Huh? No. Were you ever married?
Yes.
Okay. So, say you being married to your husband, right? And you find out he cheating on you. And he go, well, look, I'm gonna stop, but it's gonna take some time. You will be okay with that? No. What about you, brother? You married? Right? What if your wife cheating and she like, well, look, it's gonna take some time. You know, I'm really used to it. You know, it feel good. It's kind of, it curves to the left a little bit. Yours don't curve that way. It's gonna take a minute for me to stop dealing with old boy till I can get right with you. You gonna be okay with that? What you think God think about when we say the same thing to him?
Bring it out.
He ain't okay with that. Right? You think God gonna bless us if we against God? No. He ain't gonna bless us, right? So certain decisions. Give me that Psalms 119, 119 verse 59. Psalms 119 verse 59, real quick. 59 and 60. Read that.
Psalms chapter 119 and verse 59. I thought on my way.
Right now, sis. Right now, you thinking on your ways. You like, dang, I didn't know the Bible said that women not supposed to wear pants. I didn't know that. So you thinking on your ways, right? Read.
And turn my feet unto thy testimony.
And the question is, are you going to turn your feet to God or away from God? That's the question, right? And then I'm not just getting on you. You just right here, right? I had another brother up here. The Bible says you ain't supposed to shave your beard. I got on him about that. Had another brother up here. He had a black and mild in his hand. I was like, hey, God say you ain't supposed to do that. So I ain't picking on you, right? You just was right in front of me. So that's you getting the Bible, right? Because I love you. You see what I'm saying? I want you to make it into the kingdom of heaven, so I'm going to tell you what God requires of you to get there, right? So, I thought on my ways, right? Keep reading that again.
I thought on my ways and turn my feet unto thy testimony.
And you turn your feet to God's testimony, meaning his words. Read.
I made haste.
I made haste. What does it mean to make haste? Move fast, right? Hurry up, right? I made haste. Read.
And delay not.
To delay not, meaning like I didn't say, well, maybe, tomorrow, well, I got to build myself up to that, right? Just like we wouldn't be okay with our better halves saying, well, you know what, I know I'm cheating, but, just give me a couple months and I'll leave her alone. Ain't nobody dealing with that. But why we play with God like that? It says, I made haste and delayed not, read.
To keep thy commandments.
That's what we got to do. That's what we want our people to do, right? To make haste to keep the commandments of God, right? Because the way we living right now ain't right? That's just one sin we pointing out. The murder that goes on here and where we live at today, Bessemer, Birmingham, what's the time? Where y'all from? Where they from? Anniston, right? All these like top of the crime list, right? Where I'm from, I just moved in from Memphis. Before that, I lived in Louisiana, Baton Rouge, New Orleans, right? It's so much crime in the areas that we live in at. We want our people to delay not and turn to God.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? Because when you turn to God and they say, oh man, what's your name, sis? Sean. They say, man, Miss Sean, she don't wear pants. All she wears dresses. She look like a princess. When they watch Disney movies of a princess, they see a girl in a dress.
Right.
The only queen we done ever seen before that's really addressed as a queen, you ain't never seen that white lady in England wearing pants.
Bring it out.
Ever.
Right.
Ever. You can't put your hands on her. You can't even touch her. That's the way our queen should be. It shouldn't be you should go into a system like, oh, everybody hugging and touching on each other. You can't put your arms around her, right? That's how we should see ourselves, because God says we are royalty.
That's right.
We're the original royalty.
That's right.
Right? So, sisters, that's the question. When it comes to that question going into apparel, are you going to change? You keep it real with me. I mean, what you do ain't gonna affect my salvation, right? Only way it would affect my salvation if I saw you and I didn't tell you. So now I told you. So the question is, what you gonna do? Because this is my theory on Christians. Christians are really atheists that are good liars. Because they don't really believe in God, but they tell everybody they do. If you believe in God, you're going to follow God. So when it comes to that, are you going to follow God or are you going to not follow God?
Follow God.
You sure? Now you saying this, you know he hear you, right? All right, so that's what the Bible says. You can't wear pants. According to the Bible, you can't do that. According to the Bible, you can't have blonde hair in your head. You knew that? Did you know that, sis? Come over here. Let me help you out. Oh, no. You're like, God don't care what kind of hair I got in my head. You know he do, right? Huh? I ain't trying to dish you. I love you, sis. You know what me trying to dish you? If I try and get your number, try and get you in the bed.
Bring it up.
That's me trying to dish you.
Right.
That's a diss. That's me showing disrespect to you.
Right.
Right? That's me trying to dish you. Me showing that I love you is showing you what God says and to try and get you right with God.
That's right.
Wouldn't you think so? Right? So I ain't trying to dish you. Right? I love you, sis. Right? So I'm going to read you you believe in God? All right, you believe in God, right? But you may have never heard that before, right? So I'm going to read it. All right? I'm going to read it for you. I'm going to read what the Bible says. Read that.
Leviticus chapter 13 and verse 29.
Well,
if a man or woman.
So it ain't just women, a man too. We got a brother over there with blonde dreads in his hair. right? It says if a man or a woman, read,
have a plague upon the head.
You know what a plague is? A plague. Like the black plague, the bubonic plague. COVID-19 was a plague.
Right.
It's a disease,
right.
A sickness, right? Read.
Or the beard. Then the priest shall see the plague.
So I mean, the priest, me right now, I see the plague, right? The priest shall see the plague, read.
And behold, if it be in sight deeper than the skin, and there be in it a yellow thin hair.
Now, blonde is the French word for yellow. Right? So it says the priest gonna see it, right? Read.
Then the priest shall pronounce him unclean.
And guess what? It'll be like, hey, that's unclean what you got going on right there, right? So, according, if you love God, what you gonna do? If you love God, what you gonna do? If the Bible says it's unclean, right? Wouldn't you want to clean it?
Yeah.
Go to Proverbs 3:31. So to clean it, right? Because the people that naturally grow out of their head, right? Who is that? That naturally have blonde hair.
I don't know.
You don't know who naturally got blonde hair? Really? How old are you?
17.
17? So you don't know people that's born and that's naturally got blonde hair?
Them little white babies?
Yeah, you know it is. The white people. Good Lord. I don't know who got blonde hair. Yeah, you do. Watch this. Read that.
Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 31.
Go ahead.
Envy thou not the oppressor.
The Bible says don't envy the oppressor, right? A lot of things, a lot of fashion and a standard of beauty that our sisters have is based on the women, the nation of people that put them in captivity. The Bible says don't envy your oppressor. Like that stuff you rubbing and stuff like that, nah, God didn't make you like that.
Right.
God made you perfect. He said, look, this the hair that I gave my people, this it, right? But we follow after them and doing other stuff with ourselves, right? God said don't do that. Don't envy your oppressor. Why Kim Kardashian want to look like you?
Bring it out.
Bring it out.
You know why? Because God made you beautiful, sis.
That's right.
That's why they make their lips bigger. That's why they do stuff with their nose. They do stuff with their cheeks. They get BBLs. They go and they tan, right? Why they tan themselves? Because they want to look like how God made you.
Right.
And then we want to look like what God say is a plague. God say that's a plague. That's unclean. But we want to look like that, right? We should want to look like how God made us. God made us in his own image. Right? He didn't make us to look like them. You know, I'm not beating you up. It's me saying, sis, guess what? God made you a princess and he gave you hair, right? He gave you a dress code. He tell you how you supposed to make yourself look. But what happens is that we follow after the other nations.
Right.
And we shouldn't do that. Right? What's that? Ezekiel 14? What's that? Read that. So what you gonna do, sis?
Huh?
You gonna get rid of that?
My hair?
Yeah.
No.
Why not?
I spent $300 on this.
So
I ain't
what?
gonna get it.
That costs $300. Damn. I trip over a $20 haircut.
You trip over $20.
Yeah, I trip over a $20 haircut.
I'm gonna trip over this $300 weed.
Yeah, but God say he don't like that. What's more important, $300 a guy?
Bring it over.
What's more important, $300 a guy?
Right.
So,
I still need my weed though.
I mean, you need it because you think you need it.
Right.
Because you think that's what make you beautiful.
Right.
But it don't.
Right.
That don't make you beautiful, sis. And we gotta stop doing that. We gotta stop, because guess what? When your kids, I'm not saying, I don't know if you have kids or not, but when young kids look at our women dressed like that, and guess what they think is right? They think that is right.
Right.
Right? They want to look like Meg Thee Stallion, Nicki Minaj, you know, back in my day, Lil' Kim, Foxy Brown, or whatever. right? That's what they wanted to look like. They thought that was right, right? But according to God, it ain't right, right? So hey, look, I ain't trying to beat you up, sis. I'm just telling you, I'm giving you warning. Give me that. What you had? 51.
Ezekiel 16:13 and Psalms 50 and 2.
Read that. Watch this.
Psalms chapter 50 and verse 2. Oh, Zion, the perfection of beauty, God has shined.
So guess what? God made you in the perfection of beauty.
That's right.
Naturally made you that.
Right.
There's certain things white people can't do that with their hair that you can do. You can do anything with your hair. Right? You can make your hair straight. You can make it, keep it kinky.
Right.
You can dread it up. You can braid it. You can do anything with your hair.
That's right.
Naturally, before you destroy it with the chemicals, you can do whatever you want to do with it. But guess what? We wasn't born that way. Our mothers didn't teach us that. Right? They taught us that other things were beautiful. But the Bible says that you were created, the perfection came out of you.
Right.
That's how you was created. Right? So we got to change our ways. So that's all we saying. Right? Just like God say you shouldn't cheat on your wife. Right?
But y'all still do.
What you talking about? We all married. Who all married out here? Who married out here? Look at this right here. Look at this.
No, that's it.
Look at this. We all married. All us married. Think about that. And guess what we tell? That's what we tell our young men. Don't have sex until you get your wife. Find a wife first, then get married. Right? This brother right here just got married. You know, for a whole year, the sister that he was dating, he ain't kiss her, touch her, have sex with her.
Right.
That's biblical. We've been taught bust it open for some chicken wings. Yeah. What you mean, huh? A sister bust it open for a pack for the pack. For some weed, a sister give it up.
Bring it up.
No, maybe not you, but you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. For some Ciroc, a sister bust it open for some Ciroc. Right?
Okay.
Right?
What's the wrong?
No, it's alcohol.
Oh.
I don't know what y'all do. What y'all do? Douce? Bust it open for some Douce? I
What's you say?
don't know. That's
Oh.
yeah, it's expensive stuff. What about Casamigos? Or it's Taka? I don't know what y'all drink today. Taylor Port? Yeah. Sisters busting open for some Taylor Port. So it's time for our people to repent and come back to God.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, His word.